G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video we are taking a look at all the LEGO idea sets that are retiring, and I'm giving my overall thoughts investment wise and choosing what ones I will be investing in over the others. Let's talk about it. Rightio, so there are 5 sets that are retiring in the ideas theme at the end of the year. I have done a recent retiring video on all the sets from a majority of the themes, and I did say that I was going to give my investment thoughts on all those sets in individual videos, and they're starting to come out from now. So I'm going to be starting with the LEGO Ideas sets, and there is 5 retiring. They are the Central Perk, the International Space Station, the 123 Sesame Street, the Seinfeld, and the NASA Apollo Saturn V. Now, I'm not going to be going in too in-depth in these sets. That's what my individual investment reviews are for, like the one I did do for the Sesame Street. So if there's any that I haven't done of these sets that you do want an individual in-depth, more in-depth investment review done, please let me know. But this is just going to be going just a little bit in depth, like stuff like the shelf life, supply, demand, and how they're selling on the secondary market, and just stuff like that in my overall thoughts. But if you do want a more in-depth video on any of these individually, let me know down below. But I am going to be starting with the Friends Central Perk. Now, this obviously, as you can see, this is in Australian, so this does retail for $90, and this set was released, I'm just reading from a notes down here as well, September 2019, and it is retiring at the end of the year, which means it would be out for a little bit more than 3 years, which is a little bit above average shelf life, so it's been out for a little bit long. Now, the thing about this set is it's going to be very hoarded, which, because it's only that $90 price range, and you can actually get it for significantly cheaper, at least here in Australia. It's stuff like, especially at Kmart, you can get it for, I think, below 70. I think it's like 60 something you can pick it up for. So because of that price, this set is going to be pretty hoarded. But let's just talk about the minifigs in this set, because the minifigs in sets can often be a good driver for why the set does do good after retirement. So we're going to go over to Bricklink. It does have 7 minifigs. These are all them here. So I've got Chandler Bing. He's an exclusive. He sells for about $3. Then we do have Gunther, exclusive, about $3 as well. We've got Joey, another exclusive, $3 fig. Starting to be a trend here with these ones. Monica, exclusive, $3. Then we've got Phoebe, who's an exclusive, and she's also $3. Then we've got Rachel, one set, about $3.50. And then Ross is an exclusive and $3. So they're pretty much all selling for about $3. So 3 times 7 is 21. So the figs in this set are all exclusive, and they're worth about $21. 21 to 25, around that ballpark is what they are worth. So they're okay, but they're nothing that really stands out. So now I just want to quickly take a look at a quick look just at the supply of the set. So as we can see down here in this bit here, current items for sale on Bricklink, there is total lots 465. But the amount of sets is 1,754. So obviously some people are selling, they've got like 15 listed, some have got 30 listed. So you can say that there's 465 different sellers, but there is over 1,500 sets available to purchase. So that is significantly above average, the amount. And on eBay, this is the sold, but if we actually untick this, we can see that there is 93 on eBay that is ready to be sold. So there is quite a lot. There is quite a lot of supply out there. And with LEGO investing, we know we want the supply to be low and the demand to be high. That's not to say the demand isn't there. Of course it is there. It is obviously Friends. It's one of the most popular TV shows ever made. But the fact that it has been out for a little while and the supply is there, there is just heaps of it out there. Pretty much a majority of the retailers do stock this as well. Not all of them, but a majority of them do. And the demand, it is there as well. But because it's been out for 3 years, I think if people did want this set, they've already pretty much got it. So this is a set that I probably will not be investing in personally. But that's just my thoughts. I'm not telling you what to do. Who knows? It could retire and it could go absolute gangbusters. But this is a set, in my opinion, that I will not be investing in. The next set I want to touch on is the International Space Station, which is set number 21321, and it retails in Australia for $100. So, do I like this set? Yes, I do like this set. This is going to be kind of on more to the top of my list on what I will be investing in, and I personally will be investing in this set. So this set was released in February of 2020, retiring at the end of the year, which means it'd be out just shy of 3 years, so a little bit above average, but kind of in that 2.5 year mark it will be out for. But the reason why I do like this set is simply because of the supply. It is always out of stock, so it is hard to get. We can see here on the screen that it is currently on back order, and that usually is the trend. It's usually on back order or is out of stock. So it is a tough one to get, especially at other retailers. It's usually out of stock as well. Now, there isn't any minifigs in this set, so I did have a look, because if there is no minifigs in the set, what you can do is have a look for any rare and exclusive parts. Now, there is some parts that are exclusive to this set, but it is really nothing that is going to be too valuable, so I'm not really going to touch on that, but you can have a look on that through Brickset if that is something you are interested in. So, the supply is lower on this set, especially compared to the Friends Cafe, and if we go over to eBay, the sold listings on this set here in Australia, so remember that the retail price is 100. We can see that one just sold here the other day for 120, 120, 150, 150, 162, 145, 110, 130, 167. We can keep going and keep going. It is always pretty much above that retail price, which is straight away a good sign because it is out of stock a lot. People do want it and they're willing to pay that little bit extra above retail in order to get it. So that is a very good sign. So this is a set that I will be investing in. We now come to 123 Sesame Street, which is $200 here in Australia and is set number 21324. Another set that I will be investing in, and there is a Lego investment review that I did individually on this set where I did break it down. It goes for about 13-14 minutes or so. I will leave a link for that down below in the description if you want to check that out. But we're just going to give it a quick overview today, just a quick recap. Now, this set was released in November of 2020, and it will be retiring by the end of the year, which means it would have been out for about 2 years, which is pretty decent as well. So I do like about the set that it's only going to be out for about 2 years. So will I be investing in it? Yes, I will be investing in this set. I think I said in the review that I'm going to be trying to get at least about 10 of these sets by the end of the year, so by the time it retires. But we'll see how we go. So 200, set number 21324, and it does have 6 minifigs, which we are going to have a look at right now. So back over to Bricklink, 6 figs. We can see that we've got Bert, and all of these figs are exclusive as well. So Bert is about an $8.50 fig. Big Bird is about an $11 fig, so we've got about 20 bucks so far. Cookie Monster is a $10 fig, so there's about 30. Elmo is around 9.10, so we can say about 40. Ernie is about a $10, and this is just the average, so, you know, obviously you could get less, you could get more. So we're at about 50, and then we do have Oscar the Grouch, who's about $6. So we've got anywhere between 50 to 60 bucks usually on average for these figs. And as the set is worth about 200, that's a little bit more than a quarter of the set's value. But you can get this set pretty easily 20% off around that $160 mark. And if you do pick it up for that, that's pretty much 33% of the set covered just by the figs alone, which is a very good sign. So it is a very popular theme. Obviously, Sesame Street's the only set of its kind, and it is very iconic. The show's been out for bloody years and years. It's been out for over 50 years, I believe, and the minifigs are exclusive. It is very iconic and very nostalgic. Pretty much, if you are, I'd say probably 60 or younger, you would have seen this as a kid, this show. So I do like the figs in this set, and I do like that aspect of it. But we're just going to go back to the set and just have a quick look at, so we can see the last 6 months sales on average is about 150, which is usually for a retailed set that is still available for retail. It usually sells on Bricklink for about that 20% off. And on eBay, we can see that there has been selling for about 190, 194, 145, 145, 130, 165, 160. So it's a little bit all over the shop, but you can pick it up significantly cheaper for retail, which is why I suggest at least aiming to pay no more than 160 for this set, and that is Australian dollars as well. And obviously for US and UK and everyone else that views this, try and get about that 20% off. But I will be investing in this set. The supply is there, so it's not as hard to get, like, obviously, as the International Space Station, but it is a set that will be popular, and I do believe will do well post-retirement, so I will be investing in this set. Right, I'm now going to move on to the Seinfeld set. So it does retail here in Australia for $130, and it is set number 21328 with 5 minifigs. Now, I'm in Australia. I'm not sure how popular Seinfeld here it is here in Australia. I personally, I couldn't get into the show. I've watched a couple episodes. I wasn't a fan. Not many people that I know actually do watch this show. That's not to say it's not popular here in Australia, but from my personal opinion, and everyone that I know in the community isn't a big Seinfeld fan. But this is in Australia. Obviously, in America, the show would be a lot bigger and a lot more popular. But the demand here in Australia, it's not really there compared to, I would imagine, America, because it is on sale on the Lego store, which they never really do. But that's not to say it is. It could be popular. It could do well post-retirement. But we'll just see what happens. This is just my opinion. Remember that. But anyway, as I said, $130 it retails for, and it is actually 20% off on the Lego store at the moment. So we're going to go over to Bricklink and take a look at the minifigs, which are these ones here. So we've got Cosmo, who is, and all these figs are exclusive as well. He's worth about $6.60, so about $6-7. We've got this one that is an exclusive and around that $6.30 mark. Then we've got George, exclusive, about $7.60. Then we've got Jerry, he's about a $7 fig, and then we've got Newman, who is about a $6 fig. So the figs are worth about $6 to $7, and there is 5, so you can say it's anywhere between 30 and 35, roughly, these figures are worth. So not too bad. They're all exclusive, which is great. They're all worth a little bit of coin, which is another good sign as well. Now, I just want to have a look on how many of them have sold. So I've got 17 sold in the last 6 months, and you can see that the total lots is 117, and the total quantity is 357. So that is significantly lower than the Friends, which says that the supply for this set is going to be a lot lower than all of the other sets that we have seen, which is a good sign. And of course, because it is, as you can see up the top there, an exclusive, which means it's pretty much going to only be sold from Lego, which means the supply is going to be lower, which is always a good sign. So it does have that going for it as well. So the supply is going to be low. I'm just not sure if the demand is going to be up here. Could be, not too sure, but we'll see what happens. And it is average, selling for an average of about $100 on Bricklink as well, as we can see there. Now we're just going to have a quick look at the eBay sold listings, which we've got one here for 97, for 129. We've got one here which actually sold for above retail at 159, 88, 107, 129, 149, another one there. So a couple have actually sold for above retail, and another one here too, which is actually quite a good sign. So will I be investing in this set? If I could probably pick it up for maybe about 30% off or more, or if I could get a free gift and buy it from the Lego store at 20% off, I may pick up a couple, but it isn't on like the top of my list to pick up, especially compared to like the Sesame Street and the International Space Station. But who knows, I could eat my words and I could be wrong. It's up to everyone's opinion what they invest in, but mine is that I may pick up a couple, but that's pretty much if I can get 20% off and then a free gift as well, just to play it a bit more safe. And the last one that we'll be retiring, which we are going over, is the Lego NASA Apollo Saturn V, set number 92176, and retails for $170 here in Australia. Now, this is obviously a reissue of the original Apollo Saturn V, which you invested in that. Obviously, this has crushed that because I think it's only gone up about 5% since its retirement, which is pretty bad, but that's what happens when you get a reissue majority of the time. So this set did release in November of 2020, and it will be retiring obviously at the end of the year, which means it's been out for 2 years by the time it does retire, which is pretty good. Thumbs up. Not as good as obviously Seinfeld for 1 year, but 2 years is what you want to be aiming for at least. Now, obviously this set doesn't have any minifigs, so we can't go over that, but the supply on this set. So it isn't an exclusive set, but it is not at all retail, so it is a little bit trickier to get. But it is pretty much readily available. You can see that there is a limit of 5 here at obviously full price. And if we go over to Bricklink, we can see that there is 88 lots with 1,500. So not as many individual sellers, but you can see that majority of these people have like a shit ton. 185, 197. So the supply is there and the demand is there as well. We can see that there's actually 35 sold, and if we compare that to a couple of other sets with 17, with 22, with 17, and with 32, So it's actually sold the most on Bricklink out of all the sets. So the demand is definitely there. It's just that the supply is a little bit higher. But will I be investing in this set? Yes, I will. I'm not going to go absolute ape shit on it, but I will be grabbing a few. Excuse my language as well. But we've got one here that's sold for $229 above retail. One for $170 a retail. $250 above. $170 retail. $180 above retail. Above. So you can see that on eBay they're selling for either exactly on retail or above retail, which is a very good sign as well. So will I be investing? As I said, yes, I will. I'll be grabbing a few of these as well. But in my personal opinion, my top picks out of these 5 to invest in is going to be this one, and this one. This is probably at the bottom of my list. This would be probably 4th. It's hard to say with these ones, but given the fact that this and this are selling already above retail on the secondary market is really good. So I do believe that because this one is pretty much half the price of Sesame Street, I believe that this one would do better ROI-wise faster than Sesame Street and the Apollo Saturn V. But so I'd probably put this one, Sesame Street, and then the Saturn V to invest in. So I'd probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me know your thoughts down below in what order that you think these would be investment wise, but I'm going to go, International Space Station 1 because it is very, very hard to get, and as we saw on eBay, it's selling for about like 162, which is pretty much about 62% ROI, which is amazing already. Obviously you have to factor in fees, but we're not going to really be touching on that in this video because that's just going to take too long. But I'll probably go number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. But let me know your thoughts down below. And as I said, if you want me to do an individual breakdown on these sets individually and go into depth a lot more, let me know down below. Leave your list on your top 5, what is your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and will you be investing in these sets? Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you my thoughts and opinions, and just giving you guys another perspective, especially because I'm from Australia as well. So it gives you a different country to have a look at if you are not from Australia. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.